Everyone, I'm Juliana Casale, Head of Marketing at Crazy Egg. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to walk you through a way to rethink your acquisition strategy based on learnings that we've had from over a decade of running A/B tests on our Crazy Egg homepage. For the purposes of today, we're going to talk about our goal as free trial signups, but really this framework of thinking can apply to any goal you want to reach on your website faster. And who doesn't want to do that? Before I get into the specifics of our findings and leave you with a personal challenge, I want to give you a little context into why I think our design experiment has been so successful. It's well known that SaaS buyers have become extremely savvy online shoppers. They often do 85% of the research they need to make a purchase decision before ever talking to a salesperson. And actually, in the case of Crazy Egg, we don't even have a salesperson you can talk to. What a time to be alive. So, it should come as no surprise that SaaS companies feel pressured to provide a ton of information upfront and as soon as possible in the shopping process. In theory, giving people what they want is a great thing. In reality, this approach leads to homepages stuffed with an overwhelming amount of, stuff. Here's a real-life example of the TMI trap in action. I recently ran a website analysis session with a customer who wanted to increase their homepage visitor engagement. To be honest, after looking at their homepage, I couldn't even tell you what the company was selling. Here's what I saw. They had a fancy autoplay video above the fold with a two-part sentence as a tagline. If you weren't paying attention, or you browsed away from the tab, you'd only see the second part of the sentence on the screen once the video had ended, so it wouldn't have any context. They had interactive graphics halfway down the page with data points that ended up being more distracting than informative. And finally, they had a customer testimonial video over 2 minutes long. What I wanted as a visitor was a simple declarative sentence telling me what they were offering. No wonder they were having a hard time getting engagement. Now, if you're smiling to yourself, thinking you've escaped the TMI trap, just think about how many of these you have on your homepage. Feature overviews, social proof, case studies, customer logos, competitor comparisons, explainer videos, social media buttons, product screenshots, multiple CTAs. Good thing this isn't a drinking game, right? You'd be under the table. So back in September, I attended an amazing 2-day conference held by Klaviyo, an e-commerce email platform based in Boston. I walked away with 3 blog posts worth of takeaways and this slide. It belongs to a deck presented by Matt Sunoki, founder at Mineral.io. He led a session called Designing Emails That Convert, and it was full of great advice about how you can create effective promo emails that your customers will actually enjoy. Now, of the 5 design principles that Matt shared, the number 1 thing was be mindful of the paradox of choice. I don't have to tell you that marketers are under a lot of pressure. We're expected to increase metrics like engagement, CTRs, on-site conversions, often with a small budget and a minimal headcount. Sadly, the outcome of this is people are trying to cram in as many calls to action as they can into any marketing asset, whether it's an email or a website. Matt's advice is to avoid this trap as much as you can. By sticking to one main focus point, you can achieve your primary goal. So how does staying focused increase your bottom line? Well, there was a viral landmark study done by a professor in California that tested the impact of products on choices and buying decisions. This professor set up a jelly booth in a gourmet supermarket and offered 2 different taste tests. In one shift, the booth offered 6 different types of jelly. In the other, the booth offered 24 types of jelly for customers to try. Now, I don't know about you, but I can barely name 3 types of jelly. Anyway, back to the study. Every few hours, the booth would rotate the jelly selection. What they found was shocking. It turns out that each customer who visited the tasting booth tasted just 2 jellies, regardless of how many other options there were to try. 60% of shoppers visited the booth when 24 jellies were present, and only 40% did a taste test when six options were available. But, despite a lower percentage of visits, the 6-option booth converted 30% of tasters, while the 24-option test only converted 3%, meaning fewer choices led to a 10x increase in conversions. Sorry, I just love this graphic so much. So with all that in mind, let's go back to our homepage case study. Crazy Egg has been around since 2005, so we've had an awful lot of time to hone our website landing pages. And since one of our main features is an A/B testing tool for website optimization, naturally we've spent a fair amount of time perfecting crazyegg.com. I'm not gonna lie, at first we fell into the TMI trap. When we first started testing different homepage designs, we gave our site visitors a lot of information. I mean, a lot. Crazy Egg is a SaaS company with a free trial business model. We collect credit card information up front, and I guess the thinking was that we needed to justify that ask by providing so much content that people would trust we were legit. Instead, our heat map report showed that people were getting overwhelmed. So we started paring our homepage down. And then done again until we arrived at the one ask. So, what is the one ask? Take a minute to soak it all in. You'll notice at this point we've gotten rid of the feature overviews, and the social proof, and the explainer video, and the customer logos. As a website visitor, we only give you 3 options. Not pictured here, we have a login button at the top of the right screen. But pictured here, we do have a Show Me My Heat Map CTA, and we have a Learn More link at the bottom. The Sign Up and the Learn More are the only 2 things we ask new customers to do. You'll notice that the Learn More is not exactly front and center. We have very deliberately aimed you towards the one ask. In our case, that is signing up for a free 30-day trial. If you want more details like feature descriptions, additional value adds, even the footer, you have to click Learn More to unlock the rest of our homepage content. So here's the good stuff. This drastic reduction in the content on our homepage netted us an 11% increase in free trial signups. If you're familiar with A/B testing strategy, then you know that an A/B test is never really finished. You just add more challengers over time so that each improvement builds on the next. So we kept testing different variations on this design. Believe it or not, this version of our homepage has defeated all challengers for the past 4 years straight. It's been so successful that we've built our marketing philosophy around it. This is a quote from our general manager, Sunit Bhatt. He says, "Simplicity started as a homepage optimization exercise. It's turned into a mantra because of its success." If you take a look around at the marketing landscape, it's gotten crowded. We've got tools, we've got jargon, we've got complexity. As we look at all the noise and all the competition, keeping simplicity in mind is a great way for us to stand out as a company. So, highlighting our core features up front actually took attention away from getting our website visitors to the one ask, a free trial sign up. To sum up what I was talking about earlier, what we found from running all those A/B tests on our homepage is that less is more. Now, if I were a thought leader or a marketing guru or whatever, I would promise you that if you did the same thing we did, you would see the same results, an 11% increase in whatever your goal is. But the truth is, everyone has different customers and goals. What got us free trials won't necessarily get you more purchases. Sorry, guys. So my challenge to you is not to chop your homepage down to a shadow of its former self. My challenge to you is to pay attention to your website visitors. Here's a really bad stat for you. According to AdRoll, 98% of your first-time site visitors won't convert on your homepage. Personally, I find that unacceptable. Why isn't everyone running around yelling about this? We spend so much time and money on content marketing, social media, paid ads, only to lose everyone when they finally do visit our website, which is what we want them to do. We want them to visit and convert. This is a huge problem. So, my challenge to you is to figure out why people are dissatisfied with your homepage or any other page on your site that is important to your goals. Is it TMI? Is it too little information? Is it confusing navigation? Are you saying things in your ads that you don't back up on your site? Are people unsure what your company even does? You've already gotten these people interested in your product. So finding out why they're not taking the real next step is crucial to getting them to convert. Well, guys, it's been a blast sharing my story with you. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. I'm going to wrap up with a shameless plug for Crazy Egg here. We offer a free trial with access to heat maps, scroll maps, recordings, A/B testing tools, basically everything you need to pay attention to your website visitors and make sure you're giving them the best experience possible. And hey, side bonus, you can reach your goals faster doing that. If you want to check out our free trial, you can just go to crazyegg.com. Hope to see you there. Bye.